Good morning everyone. I am Y. Anita, Commerce faculty in TTW RDCW Shadnagar. Today I am going to teach Indian Contract Act 1872 and essentials of a valid contract. So first of all we have to discuss Indian Contract Act. Indian Contract Act enacted by Imperial Legislative Councils. Okay, it is enacted by Imperial Legislative Councils in the year of 1872, 25th April, but it is commenced 1st September 1872. Okay, it is enacted 25th April 1872, but commenced 1st September 1872. Next we will discuss definition of contract. Okay, Section 2 subtraction H as an agreement enforced by law. Once again I can repeat, Section 2 subtraction H as an agreement enforced by law. In other words, we can say that a contract is anything that is an agreement and enforceable by the law of the land. And next we will discuss what is agreement. Agreement is a promise or set of promises exchanged between the parties. It is a and the Indian Contract Act dividable into parts. That means it is a two parts of contract. First part is related to section 1 to 75. So it is deals with the general principles of the law of a contract and therefore apply to all contract irrespective of their nature. And second one is, and the second part section 124 to 238 deals with the certain people, certain special kinds of a contracts. That means it is deals special kinds of a contract, namely contract of indemnity and guarantee, bailment, pledge and agencies. Okay, in simple terms I can explain what is contract and what is agreement. First of all, contract equal to agreement plus enforced by the law, and agreement equal to offer plus acceptancy. And the next topic is essentials of a valid contracts or features of a valid contract. We have some features, we have some rules, we have some essentials of a valid contract. Let's discuss what are the essential elements of a contract. First one is offer and acceptancy. Intention to create legal relationship. Next one is consideration. Next one certainty. Next one legality. Next one legal capacity, and last one free consent. Okay, next we will discuss one by one. First one is offer and acceptancy. Okay, first one is offer and acceptancy. In any contract must have two parties, one party offer and other party acceptor. Okay, that means in any contract we have must have two parties, offer and acceptancy. Okay, so one who gave the offer is known as a offerer, and one who accept that offer is known as a acceptor. For example, X sold his car to Y for the rupees 1 lakh, and Y accepted that proposal. So in this situation X offer and Y acceptor. Okay, next second one is intention to create legal relationship. In In this situation, the intention of the parties to contract must have to create legal relationship between them. That means both parties are maintain legal relationship in any contract. Agreement of a social nature, as they do not have legal relationship or not a contract. For example, father fails to give his daughter the promised pocket money. The daughter can't sue the father because it was purely a domestic agreement. That means in this particular situation, both parties are having domestic agreement. It is not legal relationship. Okay, let's discuss one case. Balfour versus Balfour in the year of 1919. Mr. Balfour was employed in Ceylon. Mrs. Balfour was living with him. In 1915, they both came back to England during Mr. Balfour's leave. Due to health issues, Mrs. Balfour had to stay in England and could not accompany him to a Ceylon. So, Mr. Balfour promised to send her 30 pounds per month while he was abroad. But Mr. Balfour failed to pay the amount. So, Mrs. Balfour filed a suit against her husband for recovering the amount. In this situation, both parties means wife and husband, they don't have legal relationship. In this case, both parties are having domestic agreement. So next decision, court held that it was a mere domestic agreement and the promise made by the husband in this case was not intended to be a legal obligation. That means it is not enforceable by the law. That means it is not both parties are not create a legal relationship. Next, third one is capacity to a contract. If any agreement is entered between the parties who are competent enough to a contract, then the agreement become a contract. That 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 means the legal ability of an individual or any entity to enter into a partnership. According to business law, the partner must be competent and fulfill the specified criteria before signing a contract. For example, minor, next person of unsound mind, next person disqualified by the law. These three kinds of persons are not competent to create any contract. And next one is free consent. It is another essential element of a valid contract. An agreement must have been made by free consent of the parties. The contract would be a void in case of mutual mistakes. That means both parties are accepting same thing in same sense. It is a free consent. For example, X sells his car to Y for rupees 5 lakh and Y accepted that proposal and by accepted same sense. It is in both parties are having free consent. It is known as a free consent. And next one is lawful objective. Objective of any agreement should be a lawful. That means it must not be illegal or immoral or opposed to a public policy. When the objective of a contract is not lawful, it's become a void contract. For example, X promised to pay Y rupees 5 lakh for murdering Z. Okay, once again I repeat, X promised to pay Y rupees 5 lakh for murdering Z. Here the objective of the contract is to commit murder. So in this situation it is unlawful contract. So it become a void contract. Next, sixth one is consideration. Consideration is also known as a quid pro quo. Quid pro quo means something returns. Okay, quid pro quo means something returns. In this situation or any contract, both parties are expecting something returns to us. So something in returns is a consideration. In any contract, agreement must be supported by consideration. It must be a lawful and real. In simple words, consideration means something returns to both parties. For example, X sold his car to Y for rupees 1 lakh and Y accepted that proposal. So in this situation, X consideration money and Y consideration car. Next, seventh one is certainty and possibility of a performance. The agreement in which the meaning is uncertainty, or if the agreement is not capable of being made certainty. That means the terms of the agreement must also be capable of a performance and should not enforce impossibility act. And next, last one is legal formalities. In any contract, both parties must follow the legal formalities. Legal formalities, if any, required for particular agreement such as registration, writing, they must be the follow the legal formalities. Writing is essential in order to effect a sales, lease, mortgage, gift of immovable property, etc. That means they have to maintain legal formalities in any contract. Okay, these all are essentials of a valid contract. Next we will discuss types of a contracts. Okay, next we will discuss types of a contract. Basically, contract classified three types. Okay, basically contract classified three types. One is classification on the basis of formation, and second one is classification on the basis of validity, and last one is classification on the basis of performance. Let's discuss one by one. First one is classification on the basis of formation. In classification on the basis of formation is furtherly divided four types. First one is expressed contract, next second one implied contract, third quasi contract, and fourth one is e-commerce. Let's discuss one by one. First one is expressed contract. In expressed contract, a contract become a contract either spoken or written. In any of cases, in any way we can express, it is known as a expressed contract. In expressed contract, furtherly classified two types. One is written contract and second one is oral contract. In written contract, any kind of written document is related to a contract. It is a written contract. Next, oral contract. Oral contract means through the words involved any contract. It is a oral contract. Next, second one is implied contract. Implied contract is quite opposite to expressed contract. Why it is quite opposite? Why means both parties are, there is no involving of written sources or spoken. By the doing of action they have to create contract, or they have to create silently. It is known as a implied contract. Next one is quasi contract. Quasi contract. In quasi contract, both parties do not create intentionally, but situationally they have to formed contract. That means both parties are not created any contract, but situationally they have to perform the contract. That is a quasi contract. In quasi contract which not follow the few features, but it's become a quasi contract. For example, X lost his certificates from the bank, then B found it. Automatically it become a quasi contract. That means B returned certificates to X. So in this situation both parties are not intentionally created contract, but by the situation automatically they will be performed their contract. So it is a quasi contract. Next one is e-commerce contract. E-commerce contract means any contract is possible through the internet is known as a e-contract. That means both parties are creating contract through the online. It is a e-commerce contract. Next, on the basis of validity. On the basis of validity, furtherly classified three types of a contract. First one is valid contract, second one void contract, third one voidable contract. So let's discuss one by one. First one, valid contract. In valid contract, a contract following all the features of a contract, that will become a valid contract. That means both parties are following all the features, it become a valid contract. Next, second one is void contract. Void contract is opposite to the valid contract. Why it is opposed? Why means in void contract, missing anything. That means both parties are not following any of the features, that become a void contract. Once again I repeat, both parties are following rules and regulations, it become a valid contract. Both parties are not follow any of the future, it become a void contract. Next, third one is voidable contract. Voidable contract means a contract which are followed all the futures. Okay, a contract which are followed all the futures, but when it is voidable, when means when contract involved with fraud, undue influence, and misrepresentation, it become a voidable contract. Next, third one is on the basis of performance. Okay, third one is on the basis of performance. In these, on the basis of performance, furtherly classified three types. One is executed contract, next executory contract, and third one is partly executed or partly executory contract. Let's discuss one by one. First one is executed contract. In executed contract, both parties executed their works. That means both parties are completed their work or contract. That will become a executed contract. For example, X sold his car to Y rupees 1 lakh and Y accepted that proposal. X sent to car Y and Y sent to money X. So in this situation, both parties are completed their work, both parties are completed their performance. It is a executed contract. Next, second one is executory contract. In executory contract, both parties are not completed their work. That means both parties are not perform their work. They did not complete it, they did not do the work. It is a executory contract. That means both parties mean two parties are not completed their work, two parties are not executed their work. It is a executory contract. For example, X travel from Koti to Uppal, have booked the taxi, but cab or taxi did not come, and X also did not pay the money. In this situation, both the parties are not perform the contract. It is a executory contract. Next, third one is partly executed and partly executory contract. Okay, third one is partly executed and partly executory contract. In this contract is performing one side contract. That means one side it is executed and one side it is not executed. It become a partly executed and partly executory contract. That means one party, okay, that means one party performed their contract or one party completed their work and other party not performed or not completed their work. It become a partly executed and partly executed contract. Okay, in this class we have to complete it Indian Contract Act 1872, agreement, essentials of a contract and types of a contract. Okay, thank you.